Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. This is probably going to be a pretty short meeting. I know everybody's kind of getting back from our summer break, so we've just got a couple of new presentations. I should start off by saying that my name is Jennifer Madrigal. I am the vice chair for the Glendale Neighborhood Council, and I'll be chairing our August 2025 community meeting today. I am hoping that everybody can see my screen. Got our agenda up. And we'll first start off with presentations. Joseph, I don't know if you have a presentation to share. Um, okay. All right. So I am going to stop my own sharing. So this is Joseph Genda with Welcoming Week 2025 with Salt Lake City. And he's going to be presenting a little bit about what they are doing this year.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. Jennifer, thank you for the invitation to today's council meeting. I'm very grateful to be here. My name is Joseph Genda. I am the New American and Refugee Liaison for Salt Lake County Mayor's Office for New Americans. It was the office was created in 2016. It is there to help immigrants and refugees living in the county, to connect them with resources, as well as helping them to be civically engaged. And that is what I do in my role. I've been in this role for about 4 years. I started there in 2021. So I'm grateful to be here. Part of what I do is trying to bring communities in Salt Lake County together, especially during Welcoming Week. So if this is new to you, I will go over the first presentation. Normally, when it is time for us to start planning Welcoming Week, I do have things put together that I can share with the group. We have been holding this meeting since 2016, about that. It has been a long time. The county has been participating in this. We just lead, we just lead nonprofit organizations as well as the cities. Some of the cities that are interested, we lead them in preparing for Welcoming Week every year. I've led this effort for about 4 years. So normally this is, a brief agenda. This year I prepare, and I don't do this work alone, especially for Welcoming Week. I rely on the different community organizations that we have, as well as other municipalities, like Salt Lake City, Mill Creek is part of it, as well as South Salt Lake. Okay, if this is new to you, what is Welcoming Week? So, Welcoming Week is an initiative, led by Welcoming America, which is a nonprofit that is based in Georgia. It is there leading a movement for inclusive communities becoming more prosperous by ensuring that everyone belongs, including immigrants. When I say immigrants, it could be those that are here either on, on student visa, those that are here as refugees. So normally, in order to avoid the pathways people are seeking coming to US, we call them New Americans. When we say New Americans, these are people that are born overseas, who are not born here. So the movement, Welcoming America, they connect a broad network of nonprofits as well as local government, and they support them in becoming truly welcoming spaces. And through Welcoming Week, organizations and communities bring together immigrants and refugees, as well as long-time residents to build stronger connection and affirm the importance of welcoming and inclusive spaces in achieving collective prosperity. So every year, Welcoming Week happens, in September. The second Friday of September, in every September, you have to count 10 days. So this year, it falls on September 12th, it ends on September 21st. The theme for this year is Stories We Share. Last year, the theme was We Are All Welcome. We are all in. So this year is Stories We Share. What I earlier mentioned this in my introduction, what I do normally, Office for New Americans. We are a member of the network, Welcoming America. We are a certified Welcoming County. We got that designation in 2016, the first county in United States to become a certified Welcoming County. What does that mean? You can also research online under welcomingamerica.org. You'll be able to read something about it. When they say certified Welcoming County, we are not the best, but we have policies in place that ensure that each and everyone coming or moving to Solid County to live here is welcome, including those that are immigrants and refugees. So 2022, the designation was for 4 years, but due to COVID, we have to reapply again. And they came here and did audit, wherein I have to collaborate with different community organizations as well as other municipal governments that are part of that I partner with regarding the services they provide in their spaces. They came, Welcoming American team came here, they interviewed them, and we got recertified in 2022. And we are seeking, recertification in this 2025. So I've been working on that in that I've been collaborating with different community organizations, nonprofit, as well as other municipal governments, collecting evidence, submitting them to Welcoming America. They are currently reviewing the evidence that I've submitted so that they will come here in December to audit us as well. So during Welcoming Week, because we are a certified Welcoming County, Salt Lake City became certified last year, 2024. So the two offices, we collaborate immensely in leading different nonprofit organizations as well as other municipal governments in planning Welcoming Week. So my office there, Office for New Americans, we can create, I bring people together. Mostly that is what I do. People from different backgrounds, I bring them together. We talk about issues, challenges, successes, as well as things that will help us move forward. And what I also do is to create, graphics for Welcoming Week and share those with partners that would like to participate in Welcoming Week. I did lead a promotion effort. And sometimes people reach out to me, hey, Joseph, we need a space to host an event. And the county has a lot of spaces. I do help them finding spaces for events. So Welcoming Week, there's a link. Jennifer, we send this one. We share this with all of you. You can hit on that. Then it will take you to a page wherein you have access to all events that are happening from September 12th to the 21st of this year. I'm just highlighting few of the events, past events that happened, and those that have been part of since I've been here. So every year, I try to identify a city so that I can highlight during Welcoming Week. Last year was West Valley. So what I did was I invited the West Valley mayor, Mayor Lan. She was there to read the Welcoming Week proclamation, as well as participate, in welcoming those that became naturalized U.S. citizens on that day. So that is normally the kickoff event is a proclamation, reading, and naturalization ceremony. So the one that I've planned this year is also in West Valley. I didn't have a bigger space in Mill Creek City. So instead, I decided to host it at the Cultural Celebration Center on the 15th. Most of the mayors, municipal mayors, those that mayors of cities and township, most of them have signed the proclamation. And I'm also invited them to attend that event on the 15th. This time, the leading city we want to highlight is Mill Creek City. So the Mill Creek City mayor will not be there, but he requested that one of the city council members to read the proclamation. That is their role. Mayor Jenny Wilson will be there as well as other elected officials. This event was hosted in 2022. I hosted this one in Corin's Library, and this family was from India. After the ceremony, they requested to take a picture with Mayor Wilson. As you can see, Mayor gave a speech there. I mean, at the Corin's Library, we identify to host the event that year. So again, just like what I earlier mentioned, this movement has been there for a long time. You might identify, I mean, some people here who have been there for a long time. I mean, I think this picture was taken sometime in 2017. So we have been celebrating Welcoming Week or participating in Welcoming Week for a long time. Normally, a group like yours, probably it could be a neighborhood, it can come together. I mean, we give them graphics to hold so that they can take a group picture and share with us. If you guys are interested, I mean, this meeting was held in person today so that we should have taken a group picture and share as well, and keep that one to be shared during Welcoming Week. We also highlight artists as well as businesses that are owned by immigrants and refugees. I think this one was highlighted in 2019. By then, I wasn't in this office. Even when we had COVID, we still participated in Welcoming Week, as you can see here. And in 2023, Salt Lake City, we did a welcome walk as well as tree planting. So Mayor Mendenhall planted a tree on the city campus here, I mean, in recognition of immigrants and refugees. We call it welcoming walk. I mean, where we had diverse group of people assembled there, and we are able to walk around. So 2018, just re-emphasizing, it is not, this movement has been there for a long time. It's not just this year. And 2020, I wish those were the events that happened, schedule of events that we had. And I just like a lot of organizations, I mean, are part of this movement. Some of them, of course, have become inactive. Others are still part of it, but I continue to reach out to a broader group to be able to participate. So what I do, just like what I earlier mentioned, I mean, I cannot just do this all by myself. And what I normally do in my role is to connect with people from different backgrounds, neighborhoods, I mean, organizations, non-profit organizations. I bring each and every one together. We plan Welcoming Week, and a lot of events will be happening during Welcoming Week. And I'll be sharing with Jennifer. Jennifer will share with the larger group the event schedule so that, I mean, we encourage each and everyone to attend. And those were just some of the ideas. It could be a citizenship ceremony. And I also partner with American Immigration Lawyers Association, Utah chapter. Every year during Welcoming Week, we have Citizenship Day. So I partner with them so that they can help folks that are here that are eligible to become US citizens. They help their N400 for free. In brief, that is what I have, and I'm looking forward. This time is stories we share. I do have a graphic I will share with Jennifer. Jennifer will be able to, I mean, share with all of you. If you would like to just share your stories, you don't have to be an immigrant or a refugee. I mean, we just want to highlight our community members regarding their stories. It could be probably, I mean, helping someone different from you, or I mean, sharing a recipe, or I mean, probably if you have traveled overseas, you would like to share what you learned from there. We just want to highlight, though we are different, I mean, one way or the other, we might consider ourselves to be different, but we have a lot in common. So we are trying to celebrate the differences we have, as well as the things that we have in common, and so that we can reaffirm that the people that are moving in the county here, each and every one is welcome, including immigrants and refugees. If you have any questions, let me know. But that is what I have for you tonight. And thank you for the invitation, Jennifer, and to share this with you. Thank you.
I have a quick question. Joseph, you mentioned that, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You mentioned that there was a resource, a list of refugee-owned businesses in Salt Lake. What can you give that link to Jennifer to share, or share it here in the chat?
Okay. So what I mentioned, normally what we do, of course, under Office for New Americans, I mean, some years ago, we are able to come up with list of refugee and immigrant-owned businesses. They are still, I mean, there's a page for them on my website. So we want to highlight those businesses, as well as, refugee and immigrant-owned businesses with our community members. And we encourage, even one of the events we planned, not this year, was to encourage our residents to visit, I mean, those businesses, especially the restaurants.
That's what I'm interested in, yeah.
Yeah, I will share the link with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joseph. Any other questions for Joseph?
So this year is going to be fun. I mean, about 90 of our community members are scheduled to become US citizens on the 15th. And I'm expecting, I think we have like 24 mayors in Salt Lake City, 23 or 24 mayors. More than half of that, nearly 19 or 20 of them have signed the proclamation. And I'm expecting them to participate. It's really a fun event. We do have a resource fair, I mean, during that event. So, welcome. You are all invited. This is a public event. I mean, it's open to the public. So each and everyone is welcome to participate. If you've never witnessed a naturalization ceremony, it could be an opportunity for you to witness one on the 15th, from 10 to 12 p.m. at the Utah Cultural Celebration Center.
Thanks. And it's really awesome to know that there are so many mayors that are in support of the immigrants, especially during these political times. I will say that I'm also helping Joseph out with the Welcoming Week, and we would love to get any sort of events, cultural or community events that you know of that are going on around this September timeframe during Welcoming Week. If you know of an event or a group that is putting on an event and they would like to publicize that event and make it part of this Welcoming Week, go ahead and email myself or one of our Glendale Neighborhood Council members, or Joseph Genda as well. Joseph, if you can put your email address in the chat, that would be great. Again, just get the word out. If you have know anybody who is putting on events of any sort, cultural or community, that would be great. We're missing a little bit of representation on the West Side for Welcoming Week, and we want to make sure that we have representation from all of the cultures that we celebrate in Salt Lake. Okay. If there are no additional questions, I have not confirmed that Millie Pioquinto is here, but I believe they were supposed to be giving us a livable streets update. Oh, I see. Did you have a presentation?
Yes. And I'm also accompanied by my coworker Keegan Galoro, and so he's gonna also aid in this presentation.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Is
All
it
right.
sharing okay?
Yeah, it looks like we're up and running.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So we're here to give you all a few fall and winter updates of the going on in the transportation division. And the first thing that we're going to actually look into is the Safe Streets Action Plan. Are you able to go to the next one? There we go. Perfect. Cool. And so the Safe Streets Action Plan is it's our roadmap that we're investing in to help us reach the goal that was set by Mayor Mendenhall back in 2023 of eliminating traffic deaths and serious injuries on our roadways by 2035. And so this roadmap will kind of list clear data-driven steps that Salt Lake City and its partner agencies can take to make our streets much safer. And so a big important part of this approach is developing what we call the high injury network. And you see it on the screen here. It's a map of all of the streets in Salt Lake City where we've had high instances of automobile, pedestrian, and bicycle crashes. And so, as you can see, a lot of it is in our downtown core, and there are a few hot spots over there on the west side that we would really like to get y'all's input on through the survey that we have running right now. Not only would we like that input on areas where you feel unsafe or just uncomfortable in the city when you're walking or biking or even driving. The other thing that we would like to kind of gather from you is other approaches that we can take aside from the design based aspects that we have focused on really, really hard in the city. I'm sure you guys have noticed all of the different approaches we've taken to try and calm traffic in the city. And that's just one leg of the stool, as I feel it is, and that's the way we feel it is in with the city. We would like to kind of address those policy gaps and the education arm of it, and the enforcement arm specifically, to help eliminate traffic violence in our streets. So if you go to the next page there, Millie, this is we've got a QR code here on the screen, and I'm also going to drop the the link in the chat. But yeah, this is where you guys can access the survey and are also able to just kind of get up to date on the project. And we're actually doing this on our new engagement software through the city called Shape SLC. And you'll notice that it's shape.slc.gov. This is our new engagement platform that we're using. And it's really awesome. It'll give you more access to other projects that are happening across the citywide. And then it'll allow you guys to stay up to date with us. So I would highly recommend following so you can catch those updates as we provide them. Okay, cool. Enough of Safe Streets Action Plan. Thank you for listening to that spiel. And let's move on to livable streets. So we do have some traffic calming coming in into the area, and I noticed in the chat we've got a little bit of love for the speed cushions that we installed recently on Indiana. Well, have I got news for you? We will be adding to that fine collection of speed cushions to try and slow down traffic on Indiana, and we've noticed the changes too. So we are trying to incorporate it into this future package. So as of right now, this is how would you describe it, Millie? It's the final design on our end in transportation, but it has to move into the engineering phase. Make sure everything that we're doing is feasible. Make sure that we can put together a package that will allow us to get all these traffic calming elements constructed at the same time, and also get us the best deal, hopefully. So right now, yeah, we're moving into the engineering phase on Zone 12. And yeah, we've got a good mix of stuff. There's some speed cushions on Indiana, looking at speed humps on Emory, speed tables on Navajo, some humps on Glenrose, and also some bulb outs on some of those intersecting streets just to kind of tighten those radii, make the turns, make it so people can't turn so quickly, and prevent those preventable tragedies. And then 13th West is going to be receiving some speed humps. There's just speed humps galore in this neighborhood. So what we would like from y'all is feedback on it, of course, but also any other last minute suggestions or anything like that. We want to make sure this is refined as possible before we send it out to the engineers. And then we do have another zone, a little smaller, and to the south of this zone 12, we've got zone 15, which is a set of 7 speed humps over in that area that's to the west of Riley Elementary there, or where Riley Elementary was. So, so yeah, and we're happy to answer any questions. On the next slide, we've got another QR code. If you scan that, that'll take you to the Livable Streets page. You can find our information there, and you can also look at past zones and then upcoming zones as well. And honestly, that about does it, unless anybody has any questions.
Any questions for Billy or Keegan?
I don't have any questions, but Jennifer, do you want to share about the CIP grants since it's along the lines of speed humps?
Yeah, sure. So I don't know, I didn't confirm, but is that Matthew's proposal that
Yeah.
got funded? Okay, that's amazing. Okay,
Yes.
so so
Yeah, we were talking about
congratulations
that
to
earlier.
do you want to talk about that?
I'm honestly, I wish there was more to say about it just because it's so early in the process, having the money just granted. But I know that, I mean, there's basically a plan already in place. It's just a matter of locking down people to do it. I would imagine that's something we'd probably insert into a future Livable Streets package just because it's so traffic calming heavy. Just to keep the price down. But yeah, no, we saw that money. We were excited to see that. And it's funny because the original proposal, from what I saw, it had also included Navajo and, if I'm not mistaken, I think Emory Street. And we were already planning to, as I just showed you, we were already planning to do that stuff. So we were like, let's save some money there and just address 8th West, which I'm really actually quite excited about. What a great street with a lot of possibilities to it. So
Yeah,
so yeah,
and a
no,
lot of it, it's about 5 or 6 blocks where there are no stop signs, and it's a really wide street, and it's also frequented by commuting bicyclists, and there's no bike lane, and people drive really fast. So we are really excited to have a safer and maybe quieter street over here.
amen.
Oh,
We are excited to hear about that.
congratulations.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
really
Keegan,
well
thanks
done.
for all you guys do.
Hey, we're just out here trying to do exactly what you guys ask of us, and we're always happy to chat and talk shop and see what else we can do for you. So cool.
Thanks. Since we are bringing up some of the CIP programs that have been funded, another one that Turner, our chair, had brought up was the Jordan Park skate park improvements. So if you have been following our meetings, we've had some presentation about some of the improvements that they would like to kind of expand the skate park and make it even better than what it is. It's right now it's currently it's a huge hub for skateboarders. And so now we have some funding to make it even better. And I know that there's been a student at the U who's been already working on the planning. And so I'm not exactly sure what the funding is going to go for, but I think this is definitely a step in the right direction. I did see recently that oh no, I'm forgetting his name. Famous skateboarder.
Is it Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk was at our skate park a couple of weeks ago, and he posted on Instagram and left a skateboard there for somebody to find. So it's just a cool little Easter egg on Instagram that you know, it's a very well beloved skate park. So it's great that we're getting some funding there. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to move on to any community updates if Neighbor Works, Neighborhood House, Sorensen
Hello?
Community Campus, or Glendale Arts is able to present.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. My name's Jed Stone. The name's coming up different on the screen, but I was concerned about in front of the school over here at Glendale. They have one 20-mile-an-hour sign there, but that have the 20-mile-an-hour on the street. If you go down Emory Street to Indiana, that school's got a bunch of 20-mile-an-hour signs. And ours has one. They painted the 20 on the road, I think would be better for the children. And trim the trees up because you can't see half the signs that's on that road. The ones that are already there. I was concerned about that. And I hope they don't put in them curbs on my street that go out in the road. You can't get around those things.
Yeah.
Streets they've been trying to widen for years. Now you can't even get down them. So
Yeah. Have you seen the link to the survey? It would be really awesome if you could put that
yeah.
information in as well. As I'm
I
sure
don't know
that
how.
Millie is taking note of that as well.
Yeah, I don't even know how to get there. I was lucky to find this.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's a great it's a great point that even just tree trimming and visibility in addition to all of the speed humps
Yeah, because I
and
seen
additional
them.
sign postage.
Yeah, seen them repainting the crosswalks this week, and on Monday, and they didn't put the 20 on the street, and people really rip up and down that street.
Mm.
Can you
Yeah,
please,
and Glendale Middle and Elementary and the community center are all down that street, and
Yeah.
it's right next to the library also, so highly trafficked area.
Yeah. All
uh,
right, that's all I had, I think, for today.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, so if we don't have any community updates, we'll go ahead and move on to the Salt Lake City official updates. I don't see Alejandro Puy. Alicia, did you have an update from the mayor's office?
I do, and I sent my my PowerPoint via email. Did you receive it?
Um, I see it.
Wonderful. Can you please help me feature it?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I just have sensitive information on my laptop that I don't want to utilize it at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, is everyone able to see this? Maybe I could put it into slideshow. Is that good?
Yeah, we can see it.
Wonderful. Yes,
Awesome.
thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. It's been a while since I've participated in your community council meetings. And so I am doing the mayor's updates for the city, and a quick update. I will be present for your meetings for this month, for September and October. Next slide, please. Go back one. It should be Shape SLC. It's the second slide. Oh, there it is. Thank you. So this website is new for the city for public participation. It's our new engagement platform, and it's designed as a central hub to share information, get input, and feedback from Salt Lakers. You can browse through public projects, but you'll need to sign up in order to provide feedback and or take action. You'll need to register. It's pretty easy. You just need to fill out your first name, last name, email address, and area of residence. You can also use your Google or Facebook account to register. Please go to shape.slc.gov, as mentioned by Keegan. Next slide, please. So Salt Lake City Council adopted the budget for this coming fiscal year, 2025-2026, of approximately 2.2 billion, which became effective on July 1st, and it will carry on until June 30th, 2026. The funding allocations reflect the mayor and the council's priorities, including affordable housing initiatives, transit enhancements, neighborhood cleanliness and safety. We have a new Clean City team, and infrastructure and capital improvement planning. The budget is balanced with no property tax increases for the fiscal year. And to further inform yourselves or read through the budget, please visit the website listed at the bottom of the slide, which is tinyurl.com/SLC fiscal year FY26. Next slide. Thank you. So with the total budget, or within the total budget, the general fund, which supports core services like public safety, parks, transit, sanitation, and staffing, amounts to about 512 million. It marks a 6.67% increase from last year's adopted general fund budget. The budget includes over 55.8 million earmarked for the capital improvement project, which you just talked about with CIP projects. And so my next slide will be covering projects like street repairs, park upgrades, happening in your area. So next slide, please. Oh, and before you go to the next slide, if you could go back a bit, please. Thank you. You can see the breakdown of the total expenses by department. Mayor's office is 1%. And you can see that the majority of the city's main account expenses will go to non-departmental police. So if you have the time throughout the year, please look at the budget breakdown. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I can always help and bridge the gap on understanding. Okay, next slide. So the capital improvement project or program, is Salt Lake City's multi-year planning tool for major infrastructure improvements. It focuses on capital assets with a useful life of 5 years or more and a minimum project cost of $50,000. The city council allocated $44.2 million to fund 32 projects citywide. So the allocated funds for projects set for fiscal year 26 were publicly released this week. And so far, what I identified is that the Jordan, like as you mentioned, Jordan Park Skate Park expansion was approved, and this funding is for a study and design for the expansion of the skate park. And then, as you mentioned, the Glendale traffic calming, the project will implement traffic calming measures and improve the Glendale neighborhood to enhance pedestrian and cyclist safety, as mentioned. So congratulations. Very proud of you all. Next slide, please. So the Whale is getting a new mural next summer, 2026, as part of the rotating mural program. The sculpture is repainted every 3 to 5 years, keeping the artwork current and reflective of the 9th and 9th neighborhood. The Salt Lake City Arts Council Public Art Program wants your input to help shape the artist selection process and inspire the next muralist. So currently the mural Out of the Blue, which is also called The Whale, is on the Shape SLC engagement platform for you to provide valuable feedback. And as you can see, we also have the QR code. So if you have a second tonight or this weekend, go check it out. Give us your input, and that will shape who the next artist will be for next year. Thank you. Okay, now next is Fleet Block. So Fleet Block is approximately 8.75 acre parcel of land city owned and located between 300 to 400 West and 800 and 900 South in the Granary District. It's a little bit outside of downtown Salt Lake City. It's formerly home to the city's vehicle maintenance and fueling operation until about 2009, and thereafter the land remained vacant for a long time. Then in 2020, the fleet block transitioned from a site of social and cultural significance. So the block was marked by community crafted memorial murals on the site buildings. It depicted individuals who died during interactions with police, which included nationally and locally significant figures. So 3 years later, in 2023, the area received new zoning. It became a form-based mixed use, which is FB-MU11 zone, allowing for a blend of housing, commercial, and communal use, and the development of mid-block streets to improve walkability. So as of this year, the site has been recently demolished, and the city's inviting you all in the community to help shape the vision of the new open space as former fleet block site. There's the survey that you can participate. We have until the 31st of August. Please scan that code so you can participate tonight or, by August 31st. And it's on the Shape SLC engagement platform too, if you want to go online instead of scanning the QR code. I have 2 more slides to go. This one is on downtown parking changes. So in 2022, a study was done for Salt Lake City, which looked at how metered parking was used, and they suggested improvements. So with the information, the mayor's administration proposed parking changes, and the city council and in the recommended fiscal budget for 2026, they approved changes. So there was an ordinance change, there was a rate change, and the changes went into effect on July 1st. So now the hourly rate for parking in downtown will now be $3.50, which previously was $2.25. Physical signage was updated on the existing parking spot poles to reflect the changes of enforcement hours, and parking will remain free to us all on Sundays and holidays. If you have any questions on that, please reach out to me. I do have contact information, which I failed to include in this slide. I apologize. And my final slide is on I-15 construction. So the city was informed that I-15 has a concrete joint project, which is phase 3 for them, and it began on August 11th. The project's focus is on repairing concrete joints and upgrading approach slabs on 3 key bridges along Interstate 15 in Salt Lake County. We should expect nighttime work and lane closures, traffic delays for up to 15 minutes at night. At least 1 lane in each direction will remain open during construction, and all lanes are planned for reopening by 5 a.m. each morning. So this project is anticipated to continue until November 2025. And the project's benefits are improved safety, greater reliability, and community focused approach. And if you have any questions, please call their hotline or go to their website listed on the slide. And my last
Alicia,
slide. Yeah.
Can I ask a question about this really quick? So 1700 South and the I-15, do you know if 1700 South itself will be impacted?
1700 South?
Yeah.
At the top of my head, I don't. I wonder if Keegan, is he still online?
I think he may have dropped off.
Okay.
Oh, is his last name Knightley? Might be here.
Okay. You know what? I have plenty of information on that. Let me get back to you on it. Currently, I just have so much information swirling in my head that I can't pinpoint the exact response to that, but I can email you with that information tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. And
Yeah.
it sounds like they've already started these repairs. Oh, it starts
Correct.
August 11th, so yeah, we're already started.
Yeah, we're on the 20th already, so.
Okay.
I
I haven't
can
seen
also,
anything
okay,
myself driving on 1700 South, but
okay. I can send you, I can email you tomorrow the answer to your question and also the flyer that they provided to us. This is just a shortened version of that information. So I'll see if they also have a FAQ section to that. I'm sure they
awesome.
do.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. And then the last slide is my information. Please give me a call, text me, email me if you have any questions or concerns that you may not bring up tonight. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, Alicia. Anybody have any questions?
Oh, and I will report to public lands about trimming trees around the Glendale area, the schools. And I'll also make sure that I also submit a request for more signage for, what is it, 20 miles per hour signage? So thank you for that feedback. Appreciate it.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. I know I did see Detective Oliver. Did you want to go ahead and take it away from the SLC PD?
Yeah, let's shoot. It's been a little while since we've been together. So are there any questions, concerns that anybody has? Okay. That's a good sign. Well, let's see if the stats actually shadow that or look the same. So these are stats for July in the Glendale area. We had a total of 12 violent offenses in July and 66 property offenses. So the violent offenses, the majority of those, and that was 8 of them were aggravated assaults. So that was actually just ticked up barely for the 3-year average by 2.7. So overall, we did see a 10. Sorry, I'm not sharing. I got my computer went down, so I'm just doing this all on my cell phone for whoever's texting. Sorry about that. But you can get these stats on the SLCPD website. So SLCP, that's actually now changed to police.slc.gov, and then you can go and look at those stats underneath the I think resource page. Anyway, so 3-year average, we're down total 10 calls from last year, which is great. We saw 88 in Glendale last year. We've seen 78 for a 3-year average. We're actually still down, which is incredible. We've seen a total of we're at a 3-year average of 619, and we're down 136 to right now. So I'm going to knock on some wood, but we are looking down overall in the Glendale area. That's crime wise. So the majority of the non-violent crimes that we're seeing are burglaries, and those are usually outbuildings, garages, things to that point. We only had 2 residential burglaries for the month of July, so that's good to see that's also just down from normal. We are seeing a little bit of a tick up in a larceny of just larceny, so like beer runs and things like that. So we just did see a little bit of tick up in that. In 29, that's our biggest number for Glendale. So overall, we are seeing a little bit of decrease in the Glendale area. We like to continue to see it. We're putting more effort on the parkway, so you should be seeing more police activity on the parkway. So yeah, any questions or concerns after hearing those? Fantastic. I like it when I don't have to answer questions.
Oh, we do have one. What is the parkway?
Sorry, Jordan River, the Jordan River Parkway or the Jordan River Trail. So everything along the river itself from 2100 south up to 2300 north.
Thank you. All right. If there are any other questions, if there are no other questions for Detective Oliver, I do not know if the fire department is here.
Yeah,
And if not,
the fire department is here. I've messaged
oh,
the host
hey,
as well as yourself. So my name is Division Chief Bob Silverthorne. I'm introducing our Fire Prevention Bureau Chief, Tony Allred. He's there on your screen, and he'll be speaking to the WUI code and any other questions we have.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Did you get a map of the WUI overlay zone for your area in your email? Otherwise I could try to share my screen. I'll kind of introduce what we're talking about, and then I'll see if I can share my screen if you can't find it.
or, yeah, I don't think I've gotten anything to the vice chair email. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll start and I'll try to share my screen. We'll just open up questions for a minute. So, just a little background. Last year, the state legislature adopted a bill called HB 48, which is a wildland urban interface bill. It covered a lot of stuff about kind of, upping the state's game on wildland urban interface in all the municipalities. And one of the things it required is that Salt Lake City and any other municipality that had yet to do so adopt the wildland urban interface code that the state has adopted, much like you adopt a building code or a residential building code. And so that's kind of our first step in complying with that. So a lot of the elements of this are still in development, but we had to hit a January 1st deadline for adoption of that code to stay compliant with the state and the recently passed law. The reason I'm with Glendale today is, as part of that, there's a map of what properties in the city would fall into that overlay. And as part of that, there's across the city, there's 1,707 to be specific parcels that are grabbed in the initial overlay where this code would apply. And that does include our interface zone along the Jordan River Parkway. So this would include the properties, basically the properties on either side of the parkway directly abutting that public space. So let me see if I could now share that. There we go. Did that come up?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, here it comes.
There we go. I love it. Look at me in technology. As you can see, it just, like I said, it basically covers those parcels all along the Jordan River Parkway, which is just basically a smaller version, a little bit more narrow version of what would be in our the fireworks restriction map that some of you are familiar with. The rest of those parcels are kind of where you would intuitively think along the interface, starting at Capitol Hill above Victory Road in the Marmalade area, and then kind of running the outskirt of the city, bordering the interface along the foothills. The bill required that we kind of grab WUI areas that complied with the state. The Division of Natural Resources has a wildlife risk map, and so the bill requires that it kind of coordinate with those properties that are rated as high risk on the state map. So let me give you some kind of what the WUI code means. So like if your parcel is in that code, the next question intuitively is just, what does that mean for me as a property owner? The WUI code kind of has two sides. It has some requirements for both your structures on the parcel and for your vegetation on the parcel. So for the structures, that code would be adopted like any other code we do. We would adopt a new residential code or a new building code. Those structures are generally grandfathered in. That means that that code doesn't really apply to you until you do either a new build, a major remodel, or in some cases, things that are otherwise you would have to get a permit from the city for. That would be things like your roof in particular. So you go, if you get a new roof put on your house, you go to the city, you get a roof. Moving forward after the adoption of the code, it would have to be a WUI compliant roof. And that kind of, depending on what your vegetation in the area looks like, it's about 3 levels of roof it might have to be in build. Basically a non-combustible roof. Most of us are running asphalt shingles right now. So that would be kind of the first class of a roof in the WUI zone. Things like cedar shingles that we don't see a lot would no longer be allowed. So the more immediate part is the vegetation part. It's commonly referred to as defensible space, as you hear in kind of wildland fire and wildland fire nomenclature. Basically, the way that works is the closer to your house, the more restrictive of the vegetation types and heights that you can have. And then as you move out from your structure, the restrictions become less and you're allowed more in different types of vegetation. The HB 48 is also requiring we evaluate all those structures in the WUI zone for a state evaluation, and kind of rank your properties as extreme or not extreme, high. And so we'll probably be looking at starting to do those kinds of evaluations in late next year. I mean, like about a year from now, no sooner than like July of next year. Still got a lot of things to get in place. But like I said, to stay compliant with the state law, we needed to get the code adopted by January. As you see, there's a QR code on that map. We'll be getting this out to your councils. We'll make sure that gets out to the vice chair email as well. Probably we can go to the chair email and you'll be able to populate that. It has an opportunity for feedback, has my contact information on it, and it has a centralized email box for comment, and we'll be posting updates to the councils as that kind of progresses past that January 1st deadline. Just know that the objective of this is to kind of adopt these defensible space protections for homes and homes surrounding those homes. You know, the objective is to keep a WUI fire in that wildland area from getting to your home, gives us some time to actually take defensive actions and protect your homes, and it keeps a WUI fire, a wildland fire, from turning into one of those home-to-home conflagration fires like we unfortunately saw in California this last year, and that we've seen in many other areas of the state. I mean, this is just kind of us catching up. You know, one of the particular risks in Glendale is the proximity of a lot of these homes to each other, and so that's the risk in Glendale is kind of different than the risk in other areas of the city. Maybe they don't have the heavy foliage, but they do have that proximity of homes, and those homes take, you know, extra resources to protect, and we want to make sure that we can get those in place as soon as we can. I want to be short. I don't want to overwhelm. I want to leave some time for questions. That's my presentation. If there's any questions, and I'm going to apologize. I'm doing this from another community council meeting. I'm over at the library at Marmalade, and there's a guy out the window giving me the 5-minute sign before they close.
So do we have any quick questions for Chief Allred?
People, yeah.
I do have one. So we've heard a lot about the Emerald Ribbon Action Plan for the Jordan River, and they've been discussing a lot with the community about improvements that we'd like to make. Are you working with them at all in trying to come up with these?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, that's the normal question, right? Hey, my house abuts some city property, and what does this mean for the city property? I'm doing the fixes on my property, but you know, visually I can see some problems on, you know, sections of, we get this question all around City Creek. You know, the foothills are like, the city property needs attention too, but we wanted to make sure it's still aesthetically pleasing and visual, but it's not presenting that risk to, you know, abutting homes. And so the mayor has actually, the library is closed. Okay, on my way out. They're giving me the hook. But yeah, the mayor has ordered a full review of all city properties, and the fire department is supporting that by doing the risk assessments and setting the standard for what kind of projects need to be done on those properties. So that includes all city properties.
All right, thank you, and we'll let you go as you're getting kicked out here.
Yeah, and feel free. Like I said, my contact information's on there. There are a lot of these questions are unanswered, and we're really hoping that the public engagement kind of informs what we kind of timelines and stuff we do moving forward. So we're really eager to hear from you.
All right, thank you. And if you can see at the very last of this meeting, as we're wrapping up, I don't want to keep you too long, but I have talked a little bit in the past about our Glendale welcome sign that we would like to put up. Oh, Charlotte, you're here. Did you need to give a?
Oh, I'm here. I've been listening on another I've been listening to the whole meeting, but I don't necessarily need to give a presentation or anything. If anybody
Okay.
does have questions about anything or concerns, they can contact me.
So just to introduce you,
Yeah.
Charlotte Fife Jefferson is on the Salt Lake City School Board. So that's her capacity as far as updates go here.
Yeah, and today is the second day of school. They I think, you know, there are hiccups, that are going to be happening no matter how much you try to prepare. I know that some schools, not in Glendale, but the positions that are the hardest for the district to fill are special ed teachers. So some of the paraprofessionals in the special ed, I think they're still trying to fill a few positions. Um, they're not full-time, salary employees, so it's tough to get them there. But the one good thing is they had their after-school programs up and running, on day one. So that's a good thing.
Very helpful.
Um, yeah, I can come with a more, what kind of things do you want to hear from me? Just things that the school board is working on. Is
Yeah,
that,
a nod from Patty. I personally am interested in what's going to happen with the Riley Elementary property. That's just a personal number one concern, just because of
yeah.
proximity. Um, but if there are any
Well,
other
I
anybody
can,
else has any prime concerns,
I
this would
mean,
be a
I
great
think
time.
just things that it directly affect us here in Glendale, kids, families.
okay. Well, I can tell you about Riley Elementary School. That is going to be the home of our future CTC Center. So Career and Technical Training Center. And it's going to be a very, I mean, they're partnering with local industries and um, different sectors to provide jobs and career pathways to really good high-paying jobs. So it's moving from, it used to be at Salt Lake Community College on State Street at the old South High School. So now it's going to be at Riley, but it um, won't be this year. It will be next school year. So, but that is in the works.
That is amazing to hear after having it sit there and not knowing what was going to happen. This actually sounds like it's going to be really great.
Can I put a quick plug in for the CTEC program?
Oh, sure.
So the fire department, Salt Lake City Fire Department is actually embedded in the CTEC program. We have a cadet program that goes on there, and every fall we typically go out and solicit for interest in the cadet program with Salt Lake City School District. We have an agreement in place. It's a good partnership with the Salt Lake City Fire Department. And it's just kind of a case study on how these programs have been successful, right? Not just the intangible benefits from being able to mentor these kids and just be good role models, giving them some education, some structure, but also it's directly translating to getting jobs. And we've got several stories of successful attainment of jobs. In fact, one of our prior cadets is in our camp right now. So that's a huge success story. We've had other kids get different jobs, whether they be a wildland firefighter. We've got people getting jobs as EMT techs. And so it's a multi-phased kind of curriculum, if you will. There's like the intro to emergency services, which kind of dips your toe into the different things, not just fire department, but we get subject matter experts from the FBI to PD to forensics to all that kind of stuff. And so it kind of opens these kids' eyes to the possibilities in terms of kind of the vocational education, right? And so I'm a huge advocate of the program as being a community relations division chief. That program sits under my division in partnership with the school district. So it's something we are super, super proud of. And I just want to give a plug. If you have kids that are in high school in the school district that are looking for some electives to kind of expose them to different career opportunities, it's an awesome thing to just at least check out. And you don't have to be completely committed to the full 3-phase program, but at least you can do the intro to see if it's something that you're interested in, and then kind of make a commitment at that point, right? We've got people that are fighting wildland fires right now. So it's an awesome program. And anyways, I just want to speak to that. And I thank you for your support, Charlotte. And we love that partnership, and we're really excited about it. So my quick plug while I'm hopping on here to try to be the liaison between, our Fire Prevention Bureau, Chief Allred, our community councils. That's in my wheelhouse too, trying to make sure those connections are made, that we can report to you the things that are going on with the fire department and the collaboration that's happening citywide. It's just been really impressive, and something that, is consistent with our mission as firefighters.
I guess one other thing that might be affecting Glendale area, while they rebuild West High School, which will take 7 years, their sports teams will be going to different parts, like having games and practices in different parts of the city, but they will have their track and field at Glendale, and they're going to like finish that track and make it really nice. So it'll be like a high school level track and field. And I see Patty's question, what is the district doing with the problem of the school bus getting students from the Glendale area late to school at East High School? So they are they've cut down on some of the routes that were extra routes, that were courtesy routes is what it was called last year, in different parts of the city, so that they can make sure that the school, all the buses are fully staffed. Like that's one thing, making sure we have enough staff to cover all the bus routes. And I think they're just trying to oversee that, and they're very aware that there have been some issues with transportation. Do you know if that has, I'm going to ask how it's going this year. Last year, it was terrible at the beginning of the year. They had a lot of issues with buses, not even picking up the students on time, and the students just walked back home. So I haven't heard that happening this year. But I do know that they have been working really hard on making sure we have fully staffed bus drivers to make sure those are working smoothly. If you hear of any problems, I need, let me know.
Yeah. This is a huge problem at East High.
Yeah.
I hear this from the teachers. They're frustrated because the students frequently are not able to get to school on time because the buses are late.
Yeah.
It's also happened during the summer when kids are given a bus route for summer school. Now, I didn't hear it this summer, but it was the last summer where they changed the bus route and then the students weren't aware of the change. And I don't know if it was a language issue or what happened, but students were left on a corner calling the teachers at East to say, my bus didn't come to pick me up. And it's just been a huge frustration where we're trying to even have students come to East because of the bus problem and be able to come into the school and have a special ticket this year that they can go to the teacher and say, it's basically not my fault, it was my bus fault. Because the teachers then don't know which students are coming from the bus, so they're frustrated because the kids aren't starting out the first 20 minutes to a half an hour of first period frequently. And
That's a lot of missed instruction.
it's a lot of missed instruction, and it seems like this is something that if we're going to be fair for all students, that this should be highly addressed to get the kids to school on time. And then it just would help with a lot of other issues of getting the school day started. I know the principal, he's just like, what can we do? We don't have control over the buses, but we can't get our kids to school on time. And then the teachers are frustrated and the kids aren't learning. I talked to one teacher and she's like, we need some tutors in here to help the kids catch up every time that they miss the first half hour of class.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is something, I'm a retired teacher, that just seems unconscionable in my mind that we're allowing this to happen for years. This has been going on for years.
Yeah.
So anything you can do.
Hey, thanks for bringing that back to my, there's so many issues that we deal with, but that is a huge priority. And I did speak with the principal about that last year, and we were troubleshooting, what can we do, But I do know that they're really working hard to get those buses running efficiently, and I will keep tabs on that and make sure it's happening and see, and check in with the principal and check in on that. Thank you, Patty.
Oh, thank you for checking in on that.
I hope someday we won't have to bus all of our students across town, Yes, we utilize city buses. Every single student and one member of their family, like a parent, gets free UTA bus passes. So they do have that. So, but it's not always easy to get across town on a UTA bus. That's why we have UTA on demand, right? So anyway, transportation is a big, that's a big deal.
I don't want to keep everybody too much longer, but thank you so much for sharing, and ending on maybe a higher note that it's great that we're going to have this center coming to the West Side, extra education and career training, and it showcases that we are getting a little bit of support here when we have wanted a high school, we have wanted education here for so long. The one last thing before we wrap it up, Glendale, the neighborhood council is trying to get a welcome sign to promote community pride for our neighborhood. We really want your input. So far, we've got a QR code on a sign in the area across from the Sorensen Center where we would like the sign to be placed. But we haven't gotten any feedback. We have a survey that is linked to that QR code. So I have the QR code here as well. We're going to be putting forth a $25 Amazon gift card. So if you are interested in filling out this survey and you provide your email address or your phone number, you will be entered into a drawing to win a $25 Amazon gift card, and we may have 2 or 3 of those available. So please fill it out. Right now we have your chances of winning are 100% because we don't have anybody filling out the survey. So go ahead and fill that out for us. Let us know your thoughts. We've got it in English and Spanish. It's also on our website now. So please go ahead and do that. And with that, just really quickly, are there any other announcements in the community, any other community members that want to give an update or announcement on anything before we wrap up? eBay.
Yes, hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I just wanted to let everyone know that we are doing an event at the International Peace Gardens this Saturday. So my day job with KRCL, we're bringing back our KRCL Day in the Park. We had it at the Peace Gardens last year. We're doing it again this year, noon to 6 p.m. at the International Peace Gardens. Full day of music on the stage and a bunch of vendors and food trucks, and should be a fun time. It's free, it's all ages, and hope to see some Glendale folks out.
Thank you. All right. If there are no questions for eBay, let's wrap it up and give you the rest of your night back. We'll see you all. I think our next meeting is going to be Zoom on September 17th. So we'll see you then. Take care, everyone.